Look at a wolf in the wild. Look at his ribs. Look at his scars. He is lean. He is alert. He is dangerous. He wakes up every morning knowing one truth: if I do not hunt, I do not eat. This anxiety is his fuel. It sharpens his senses. It makes him calculating, ruthless, and efficient. Now look at a dog in a suburban house. He is chubby. He sleeps 16 hours a day. He waits by the bowl. He knows that at 6 p.m. the god, the owner, will pour the kibble. He has traded his freedom for a full belly. He has traded his fangs for a pat on the head. He's no longer a predator. He's a pet. You are the dog. Your office is the kennel. Your boss is the owner. And your salary is the kibble. You think you are safe because you have a contract? You are not safe. You are domesticated. Domestication is the systematic removal of the survival instinct. It is the process of taking a dangerous animal and making it harmless, dependent, and compliant. The most dangerous drug in the world is not heroin, cocaine, or fentanyl. It is a monthly salary. Heroin kills you fast. The salary kills you slowly. It is a drip feed of morphine designed to keep you just alive enough to work, too sedated to escape. It kills your hunger. It kills your ambition. It creates a false feedback loop in your brain where you believe that resources appear because of attendance, not because of result. In the wild, you eat what you kill. In the cubicle, you eat because you showed up. This destroys your connection to reality. It causes your survival muscles to atrophy. You become soft. You become entitled. You begin to believe that the world owes you a living simply because you exist. The alpha in the wild knows that uncertainty is the only reality. You have been sold a lie called stability. Let me tell you what stability is in the modern world. It is a hallucination. You think receiving $5,000 on the first of every month is stable. No, it is single point failure. You have one client, your boss. If that one client fires you, your revenue drops to zero instantly. That is extreme risk. That is walking a tightrope without a safety net. The entrepreneur, the hunter, has 100 clients. If one leaves, he still eats. He is anti-fragile. You are fragile. But the salary numbs you to this danger. It whispers to you, shh, don't worry. Just sit here. Just type the email. Here is your treat. And like a junkie, you become dependent on the dealer. You start to organize your entire life around the fix. You buy a house that requires the fix. You buy a car that requires the fix. You build a lifestyle that creates golden handcuffs. Now you cannot leave. Even if the boss abuses you, even if the work has no meaning, even if your soul is rotting, you stay. Because you are terrified of the withdrawal symptoms. You are terrified of the silence between paychecks. This is biological castration. A man who cannot feed himself without permission is not a man. He is a dependent. When you ask for a raise, you are not negotiating. You are begging. You are the dog barking at the bowl, hoping the master is in a good mood. Does that image disgust you? It should. Disgust is the first step to recovery. You are born with the hardware of a conqueror. You have the brain of a strategist. You have the hands of a builder. But you are running the software of a victim. You have been trained by 15 years of school and corporate conditioning to sit still, wait for instructions, and be grateful for the scraps. School didn't teach you how to hunt. It taught you how to be an employee. It taught you that there is one right answer and the teacher has it. It taught you to ask for permission to use the bathroom. It taught you that if you follow the rules, you get a gold star, the salary. But the real world, the primal world, does not give gold stars. It gives cash to those who seize it and starvation to those who wait. You feel this dissonance, don't you? You feel the deep, gnawing emptiness on Sunday night. That Sunday scaries feeling? That is not anxiety. That is your soul screaming in horror at the prospect of returning to the cage. That is your DNA rejecting the domestication. Your body knows you are trapped, even if your logical mind denies it. Your high blood pressure, your back pain, your insomnia, these are not medical conditions. These are the symptoms of a wild animal forced to live in a box. A zoo animal paces back and forth until it goes insane. You scroll TikTok back and forth until you go insane. Same behavior, same cause. You must understand that the salary is a bribe. It is the price they pay you to give up on your dreams. It is the price they pay you to build their castle instead of your own. Here is $4,000. Now forget that you wanted to be a musician. Forget that you wanted to build an app. Forget that you wanted to travel. And you take the bribe. Every month you take it. You sell your potential for safety. But the safety is a lie. When the recession comes, when the AI algorithm replaces you, the bribe stops. And because you have spent 20 years in the cage, you have forgotten how to hunt. You will be released into the wild with no claws, no muscles, and no skills. You will be the first casualty of the shift. The safe path is actually the most dangerous path of all because it leaves you helpless in the face of change. Stop calling it a career. Call it what it is, life support. You are on a financial ventilator. If they pull the plug, you die. Is that a life? Or is that just a slow death with benefits? Admit that you are the dog. Admit that you are waiting for the bowl and ask yourself, do I still have teeth or did I trade them all for the kibble? Let's look at the mathematics of your cage. You think your salary is money. It is not. It is melting ice. You are trading your time, which is finite and non-renewable, for a currency that is designed to lose value. This is the trap of inflation. Inflation is not just an economic term. It is the invisible predator. It is a parasite that lives in your bank account and eats your energy while you sleep. In the primal world, if a hunter kills a mammoth, he has wealth. But if he cannot preserve the meat, it rots. In 3 days, his wealth is zero. Your salary is rotting meat. The government prints trillions. The value of your dollar collapses. The cost of housing, food, and energy skyrockets. But your salary? It stays flat. Or maybe you get a 3% cost of living adjustment. That is an insult. That is the master throwing you an extra crumb while he steals the whole loaf. If your income does not grow faster than the monetary supply, you are mathematically becoming poorer every single second, even if you work harder. You are running up a down escalator. Eventually, you will tire. Eventually, the escalator will win. This is why the saver is a loser. You cannot save your way to freedom when the storage medium, fiat currency, has a hole in the bottom. You are trying to fill a bucket with water, but the bucket is made of mesh. Now let's talk about your career. You are proud of your job title. You are a senior vice president of paper pushing. You think you are acquiring skills. You are not. You are acquiring fragility. The corporate world forces you to specialize. Learn more and more about less and less. Become the best at this one specific software. Become the best at this one specific internal process. Specialization is for insects. In nature, the hyper-specialized animal dies first when the environment changes. The panda eats only bamboo. If the bamboo dies, the panda dies. The rat eats anything. The rat survives everything. You are becoming a panda. You are becoming an expert in a system that is about to be deleted. What happens when the software changes? What happens when the AI learns to push the paper faster than you? Your 10 years of experience becomes worthless overnight. You don't have 10 years of experience. You have 1 year of experience repeated 10 times. You have mastered the art of navigating office politics, not the art of value creation. If I dropped you in the middle of a city with no resume, no boss, and no reputation, could you make money by sunset? Could you hunt? If the answer is no, you are not a professional. You are a dependent. This is the obsolescence horizon. You are standing on the train tracks, staring at your phone, while the AI train is coming at 200 meters per hour. The white-collar worker is the next endangered species. The algorithm does not need a coffee break. It does not need health insurance. It does not complain. And it costs $20 a month, not $100,000 a year. Your boss is not loyal to you. He is loyal to the P&L statement. The moment the AI is cheaper than you are gone. And because you spent 20 years being a specialist in a dying field, you have no pivot. You have no plan B. Because the salary drug made you feel like plan A would last forever. It won't. The ice age is coming for the cubicle dwellers. And finally, look at the ceiling. When you work for a salary, you accept a mathematical cap on your existence. The equation is income plus time x hourly rate. Time is fixed. You have 24 hours. You cannot create more time. Therefore, your income is capped. You have placed a glass ceiling over your own head. You are saying to the universe, my life is worth exactly $50 an hour and no more. Why would you limit your potential? Why would you sign a contract that says you can never be exponentially wealthy? The hunter does not sell his time, he sells the kill. If he catches a big buffalo, he eats for a month. If he catches 10, he feeds the tribe. His income is disconnected from his hours. It is connected to his result. This is non-linear rewards. One good decision, one good product, one good investment can generate 10 years of salary in 1 day. That is how the rich play the game. They play for the jackpot. You play for the hourly wage. You cannot get rich renting out your time. You can only get old. You are selling the raw material of your life, time, wholesale. So your boss can package it and sell it retail. He buys your hour for $50 and sells the result of your hour for $500. He keeps the spread. He keeps the arbitrage. You are the raw material. You are the coal being burned in his furnace. And when the coal is burnt out, he buys more coal. There is always more coal. There are always more graduates desperate for the bribe. You are replaceable. Accepting this fact is painful, but denying it is fatal. You are holding on to a rotting rope. The meat is rotting, inflation. The muscles are atrophying, specialization. The predator is coming, AI. And you are still asking, but what about my pension? There is no pension in the jungle. There is only adaptation or extinction. Which one are you choosing every morning when you clock in? Look at yourself. You complain about your boss. You complain about the schedule. You complain about the idiot clients. But the moment someone suggests you leave for the unknown, you immediately start defending your prison. Well, it's not that bad, you say. At least the health insurance is good. At least the team is nice. At least it's stable. Congratulations. You have Stockholm Syndrome. You have fallen in love with your captor. The corporation has taken your time, your youth, and your dreams hostage, and you are thanking it because it occasionally feeds you a cookie and lets you wear jeans on Fridays. This is not loyalty. This is traumatic bonding. You have sat on the chain for so long that you have started to polish the links. You are proud of your chain. You compare your chain with the chains of other slaves. Look, my chain is longer. I get to work from home 2 days a week. You are still on a leash. The length of the chain does not matter if you are nailed to the doghouse. Let's talk about your vacation. You live for these 2 weeks a year. You plan them. You dream about them. You think this is freedom. No, this is a walk in the prison yard. The warden releases you to breathe fresh air so you don't hang yourself in the cell. He needs you to stretch your muscles, get a dose of sunlight, restore your energy so you can return to turning the screws with renewed vigor. A vacation is not a reward. It is slave maintenance. If you were free, you wouldn't need to escape from your life. A free man does not need a vacation because he does not want to run away from what he is building. His life is his mission. But you count the days until the flight, and on the last day of the vacation, a black depression hits you. Why? Because you know you have to go back to the cage. Your body screams. Your stomach tightens. This is not post-vacation blues. This is a healthy biological reaction to returning to a death zone. And this obsession with Friday. Thank God it's Friday. This is the anthem of the slave. You are selling 5 days of your life for 2 days of semi-freedom. That is an exchange rate of 5 to 2. That is a predatory rate. You give 71% of your life to the master to keep 29% for yourself, and you spend that 29% sleeping, drinking, and numbing yourself just to endure Monday again. You live in a cycle, suffering, anesthesia, suffering. You are not living. You are enduring existence while waiting for the weekend, and then you blink, and you are 60. The weekends are over. Life is over, and you are still waiting to start living. The most dangerous trap is identity fusion. Ask a man, who are you? He will answer, I am an accountant. I am a sales manager. I am a lawyer. He names his function. He names his inventory number. You are not your job. You are a biological machine created for expansion, for war, for creation, but you have allowed the system to slap a label on your forehead, and you are afraid to rip that label off because underneath it is the void. You are afraid of losing your job not just because of the money. You are afraid of losing yourself. If you are fired tomorrow, who are you? You have no mission. You have no territory. You are nobody, just an unemployed unit. This fear of identity loss holds you tighter than any contract. The master knows this. He gives you a title. Now you are the senior assistant to the junior vice president. It is worth nothing. It is a plastic medal, but you will tear out the throats of your colleagues for this medal. You will work 2 hours longer for free to keep this title. Your ego has become a tool of control against you. They have hacked your hierarchical software. You think you are climbing a mountain, but you are just a squirrel running faster than everyone else in the wheel. You say, I'll leave when I save enough money. Liar. You will never have enough because your lifestyle expands to consume your salary. This is Parkinson's law. You get a raise, you buy a better car, you get a bonus, you renovate the kitchen. You are running on a treadmill. The faster you run, the faster the belt moves. You are not saving for freedom. You are funding your captivity. You are terrified of the silence of the unknown. In the cage, you know the rules. Sit here, click this, get fed. Outside the cage, there are no rules. There is only the wind and the hunger. And because your hunting instincts have atrophied, the wind terrifies you. So you stay, you polish the chain, you wait for Friday, and you tell yourself, I am being responsible. No, you are being domesticated. Admit that you love the cage. Admit that the cage is warm. But remember, the cage is where they slaughter the animals. The butcher feeds the pig every day. The pig thinks the butcher is God. The pig thinks the butcher loves him until Thanksgiving. Do not be the pig. Wake up from the hypnosis. Your job is not your family. Your boss is not your friend. Your title is not your soul. It is a transaction, and it is a bad one. Stop defending your prison. Start planning the jailbreak. Here is block 4. Now we move from diagnosis to surgery. The viewer understands they are a slave. Now they ask, how do I get out? This block destroys the fantasy of work-life balance and introduces the brutal reality of the double shift. Scene: the escape protocol, rewilding. Scene: the escape protocol, rewilding. Topic: the double shift, killing balance, the pain of transition. Length: 1000 words. Block 4 of 5. Style: tactical, ruthless, high energy. Block 4, the escape protocol. So you see the cage, you see the leash, you feel the atrophy of your muscles, and now you ask the terrifying question, how do I leave? Your instinct is to be reckless. You want to walk into your boss's office, flip the desk, and quit today. Do not do that. That is the reaction of an emotional child, not a calculating strategist. If you quit today with no resources and no system, you will starve. And when you starve, you will crawl back to the cage. You will beg for the collar to be put back on. And the second time, the collar will be tighter. You do not escape a maximum security prison by running at the wall. You escape by digging a tunnel with a spoon while the guards are sleeping. You must accept the reality of the double shift. This is the only way to transition from domesticated to feral without dying. You have to live two lives simultaneously. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you are the employee. You are the spy. You put on the mask. You nod. You smile. You collect the capital, salary, to fund your escape. You do not give them your soul. You give them your compliance. You are extracting resources from the enemy to build your own army. Then, from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., the real work begins. This is the creator shift. This is the owner shift. This is where you build the side hustle. This is where you write the code. This is where you record the content. This is where you learn the trade. You are building a bridge across the abyss while you are walking on it. I hear you whining already. But I'm tired. I'm exhausted after work. I don't care. The market doesn't care. Gravity doesn't care. Of course you are tired. You are weak. Your endurance is low because you have been sedentary for decades. You are in rehabilitation. When a patient learns to walk again after a coma, it hurts. His muscles scream. He wants to quit. Does the physical therapist let him quit? No. He forces him to move. You are in financial rehab. The pain you feel at 10 p.m. when you are forcing your eyes to stay open, that is the pain of weakness leaving the body. That is the feeling of your hunting instincts coming back online. You have to embrace the active suffering. You have to trade your sleep for your freedom. Would you rather be tired for 2 years or be a slave for 40? The math is simple. The experience is brutal. You must kill the myth of work-life balance. Balance is a concept invented by mediocrities to justify their lack of momentum. A rocket taking off does not have balance. It has extreme, violent, focused energy consumption. It burns 80% of its fuel in the first few minutes just to break gravity. You are on the launch pad. You are fighting the gravity of your poverty, your habits, and your social conditioning. You cannot lift off with balance. You need obsession. You need to go into monk mode. You must cut the fat from your life. No Netflix, no video games, no drinking with losers on Friday night, no 3-hour brunches. You are at war. Does a soldier on the front line ask for a work-life balance? No. He digs the trench. He cleans the rifle. He stays alive. Your war is fought on the laptop, but the stakes are just as high. Your life or your death. Your friends will mock you. You're boring, they will say. You work too much. Let them talk. They are sheep bleating at the wolf who is sharpening his claws. They are trying to pull you back into the bucket. You must be ruthless with your time. Every hour is a brick in your fortress. Do not throw bricks away. You are looking for the first dollar. The most important dollar you will ever earn is not your salary. It is the first dollar you make from something you own. It might be $5 from an ebook. It might be $50 from a freelance gig. The amount is irrelevant. The mechanism is everything. When that notification hits your phone, when you see that money appeared without a boss handing it to you, the matrix cracks. You realize, it works. I don't need the cage. That feeling is better than any drug. It is the taste of fresh blood. Once you taste it, you can never go back to being a happy employee. You will see the wires. You will see the absurdity of the office. You will become a fanatic. You will take that $5 and reinvest it. You will buy ads. You will buy better tools. You will grow the side hustle until it matches your salary. This is the crossover point. This is the day you cut the leash. This is the day you walk into the boss's office, not with anger, but with indifference, and say, I'm done. That is the ultimate power move, indifference. You don't hate the job anymore. You have simply outgrown it, like a snake shedding dead skin. But be warned, the withdrawal symptoms will be severe. When you stop relying on the salary, your anxiety will spike. There is no safety net. If you don't hunt, you don't eat. You will wake up in the middle of the night sweating. What if I fail? What if the clients leave? This fear is good. This fear is your compass. This fear is what makes you sharp. The salary made you dull. The risk makes you brilliant. Embrace the anxiety. Use it as fuel. Let it wake you up early. Let it keep you focused. You are rewiring your brain to operate on cortisol, alertness, and dopamine, pursuit, instead of serotonin, comfort. You are becoming a wild animal again. Do not wait for the perfect time to start. There is no perfect time. You will always be tired. You will always be busy. The kids will always need attention. The perfect time is now. The perfect conditions are chaos. If you can build a business while you are exhausted, stressed, and broke, then you will be unstoppable when you are rested and rich. The adversity is the filter. The pain is the gatekeeper. Most people turn back at the gate. They look at the double shift and say, it's too hard. I'll just watch TV. That is why they are prey. That is why they are food. You must walk through the fire. You must be willing to die to your old self to be born as the new one. The employee you must die. He is weak. He needs to sleep. The owner you must take the wheel. He is relentless. He is a machine. This is the protocol. Keep the job. Defense. Start the hustle. Offense. Kill the distractions. Focus. Reinvest everything. Compound. Cut the leash. Freedom. Simple? Yes. Easy? No. It will be the hardest year of your life, but it will buy you 50 years of sovereignty. Are you willing to pay the price? Or is the couch too comfortable? The video is ending. The voice in your ear will stop, and the silence of your living room will return. And in that silence, you will hear a sound. It is the sound of your alarm clock waiting for Monday morning. It is sitting there on your nightstand like a time bomb. When it rings, you will obey. You will wake up. You will put on the costume. You will drive to the cage. You will sit. You will type. You will wait for the kibble. You have done this 1,000 times. You think you can do it 1,000 times more. You think, I have time. I'll start the escape plan next month. You are wrong. You do not have time. You are standing on the tracks of history, and the train is coming. We are entering the great economic cull. The era of the average employee is over. For the last 50 years, you could be mediocre, keep your head down, push paper, and retire with a pension. That was a historical anomaly. That was a glitch. The glitch is fixed. The world is reverting.